have our playlist set up, we're going to see how we turn that into a viewable broadcast that everybody can see. So we go from the Media tab to the Scheduling tab, and we'll define this as a new block. We'll call it Test Broadcast Time Block 1. And there's different types of broadcast. You either have a range, you can go for a specific date, or you can go for it to be daily, which means that you don't select the particular days, you just have a start date that it happens, and from then on, at the particular time slot, it will play. The most common one that you're going to use is a range, which for a particular broadcast, you'll have a time slot, just like in TV, where you'll say, let's say at 1:20 p.m. So we'll go from 12 to 1, okay, and 20. You can type it in or use those up and down arrows, and make sure it's p.m., not a.m. And we can either have it calculate based on the playlist that we've selected, which we're going to go the demo one, and it shows which ones are in that. And if I say calculate, it'll just run through them one time and figure out the end time based on that. And there we go. Obviously, you don't have to enter anything if you've done that. If instead you wanted to loop through those, whether it's one video or more, and play over and over again till it gets to the end, you can do that as well, just by going selected as one, let's say 20 or 1:30 and 0 seconds, and make sure it's p.m. And then from that point on, you can say the start date, which it'll automatically do it as today's date, but you can always change that. And it pops up with a calendar if you just hit the little calendar icon there, and you can say what days of the week. If you didn't want it to go on the weekends, you could turn off the Saturday and Sunday. If you only wanted weekends, you could turn off the intermediate ones. But let's leave it for all of those days. So we see these three, and if we notice the time right now, it's 1:17. So let's make it 1:18 so we can just see the result of it more quickly. And we go Submit. And now, if you notice when we go to the Schedule tab, we have something looking a little different. We have this on the left-hand side showing the broadcasts in order, starting with the first one in the sequence, and then rotating through those three over and over again till it gets to the 1:30 mark, and it will calculate that automatically without overlapping or going beyond the designated time. So now let's go over to the viewer side and see what that looks like since it's about to start. And if we notice, it's just not in terms of the time. We go to the upper right here, we can see that it's actually about 5 seconds it's going to start, and we will begin to see the broadcast. Let's take up the whole screen with this so we can watch it. And there we go. It starts just like that, and it'll play to the end of it. And the only thing you have to consider is, turn off my media from playing through so you can actually hear me, is what it's going to look like for the end user in terms of their available options, which if you click on, we'll go into more detail on this in another video, but you click on this book icon, it'll allow the chat, the channels, show the schedule of what's coming up, so they can actually see what's available to them, and it shows the beginning and the end of the range, and these three videos repeating. And if the administrator had put any content into the on-demand area, it would show up under the Viewers On Demand tab.